Hey guys, Solid here. Welcome back to another episode of Adventure News, a place where we talk the latest, the greatest, and sometimes the hated adventure and dual sport stories. And I hope you're all doing well. And this week it looks like Team Orange have just released the 890 Adventure R and the Rally. But I want to talk you through all those specifications as well as the possibility for a 750 from KTM as well. So let's dive into all things pumpkin related straight after the intro. Let's dive into the 890 first, as that's what we've got all the specifications on now. The first thing we need to highlight is that KTM have said this is not replacing the 790 series. So anyone that's just bought a 790 and is about to shoot themselves in the face because they're worried the 890 is replacing it, don't pull the trigger just yet. The 790 will continue, so that should see at least the resale value of the 790 maintained, and the 890 will slot in alongside the 790 in KTM's lineup. Then there's also the Rally Edition. KTM are saying there's only 700 of these, so that makes them as rare as rocking horse shit and probably unobtainium for most people out there. But if you are crazy enough to throw away all your money in the world, then the Rally option might be the bike for you. So what exactly are the differences from the 890 to the 790? Well, it doesn't actually look like that much. We've got a displacement size increase obviously to 890 cc's over 790. We also have a power increase to about 105 horsepower and 74 newton meters of torque. That's a bit of a power increase there. We also get a bigger crankshaft, which does mean more weight, but it also means a better performance down low. So that should enhance grip and bottom end performance off-road, which is a good thing. We also have better suspension, WP 48mm Pro shocks here, so they've beefed up the suspension. I do suspect this will be a little bit heavier because of all the bits and pieces required, especially that heavier crankshaft. But they have said this is getting a lighter subframe compared to the 790. We get steering dampener standard on the 890 as well. There are little nips and tucks here, a little bit of a change to the slipper clutch setup. Just little tweaks here to electronics with different modes for traction control, but it really isn't earth-shattering differences here. You should think of this as basically a bored-out 790. So if the 790 didn't quite have maybe the bottom-end performance you're looking at, or it just didn't quite have the power you're after, perhaps this is where the 890 makes sense. Now, for anyone that's very confused about why you would have two bikes released so close to each other in displacements and basically aimed at the same buyer, then you're not wrong in your confusion. But if we step back and we put on our speculation hats, as we love to do here on this channel, it all starts to make sense. So let's roll into some speculation. Last month, the Pierre Mobility Group had their shareholders meeting and they discussed a 750cc parallel twin model lineup, including an adventure model in that series. And they're going to be made in the Chinese plant where the 790 and the 890 are currently being made in conjunction with CF Moto. So this changes everything when you're looking at the 750, the 790 and the 890. Clearly one of these has to go. And obviously it's going to be Piggy in the middle, the 790 Pumpkin. So I think that will get the axe in a couple of years when we see KTM officially announce and confirm this 750cc adventure. So that would make sense. They'd be able to have a bigger price variable. I think they could really go for a little bit of cheaper components, really set it apart from the 790, have the 750 as the entry into the big middleweight adventure bikes from KTM. Because remember, they're going to have their 490, they've also got the 390. It makes sense to have something around the 750cc's and then jump up to the 890 where everything becomes more premium components. So I think that is a better strategy from KTM, and looking further down the line, I think that's what they probably will go with, because having three motorcycles in the lineup all within 200cc's of each other really doesn't make a lot of sense, especially when two of them are so similarly matched. I think all three together, they will start cannibalizing each other's sales. So having a 750 budget entry level middleweight and then the 890 as a premium package makes a lot more sense from a sales perspective. I'd like to know what you guys think. Would you look forward to a more affordable 750cc parallel twin from KTM to get into the middleweight category here? Or are you all about the premium packages from KTM? It is what they do best. They're ready to race moniker. They don't disappoint when it comes to performance. So it looks like KTM is going to have a busy couple of years moving forward with the 750. They've got the 890 that they've just released. They've also got that 490 that's coming down the pipeline as well, which is very exciting. So it looks like it's going to be great things for this small and middleweight displacement adventure segment. It really is blossoming at the moment, which is very exciting. Anyway, that's enough of me ranting. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing, as it really helps out this growing small little channel of mine. It lets me know what kind of videos you like too, so I can kind of tailor them moving forward. Until next time, guys, I've been Chronicles of Solid. Don't forget to stay shiny side up, and I'll see you in the next video. Catch you later.